Another dream is within reach. A student opens up a book. An entrepreneur takes another look.
Governance is the system that guides how communities organize, decide, and move forward together. It shapes leadership, policy, public planning, and the coordination of shared resources. When governance systems are strong, communities are stable and adaptable. When they are weak, confusion and conflict grow. Tonight our panel asks, how can communities strengthen governance systems? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Good evening and welcome back to America Together Radio. Last episode we explored justice systems. Tonight we begin a new chapter, governance systems, how communities make decisions, create policy, and coordinate public action.
So this is about government?
Yes, but also local leadership, civic participation, and how decisions are implemented at every level. Tonight we'll discuss leadership structures, policy design, public accountability, civic participation, transparency in decision-making, and how communities build effective governance over time. President Pipeline, when a community wants to strengthen governance systems, where should it begin? We'll hear your answer right after the break.
The tires roll beneath the maples, past stone walls standing through the years.
Welcome back. Tonight's question, how can communities strengthen governance systems? President Pipeline will begin with you.
Thank you. Governance systems begin with leadership structure. Who makes decisions? How are those decisions organized? And how are they carried out? Without structure, decision-making becomes inconsistent.
So structure creates stability.
Exactly. Clear systems create clear outcomes,
People often feel disconnected from decision-making.
which is why participation matters.
Liberty Jack, your perspective.
Strengthen civic participation in governance, improve transparency in policy decisions, ensure public access to information, and make processes easier to understand.
So access and transparency matter.
Absolutely. Governance should be understandable.
Structure builds order.
Transparency builds trust.
And both strengthen governance.
A strong beginning for tonight's discussion. After the break, Lady Progress discusses modern governance design. Captain Constitution explores accountability and representation. Stay with us.
The marching band starts warming up and the weekend can begin. The hometown crowd.
Welcome back. Tonight we're exploring how communities can strengthen governance systems. So far we've discussed structure and participation. Now let's continue. Lady Progress, how does governance design improve outcomes?
Good governance design ensures that systems are efficient and adaptable. Processes should not be overly complex, and decision-making should be clear and responsive.
So design improves function.
Exactly. Poor design slows everything down.
Captain Constitution, what role does accountability play in governance?
Accountability ensures that leaders and institutions are responsible to the people. It requires transparency in decisions and consequences for misuse of power.
So fairness requires oversight.
Very much so. Without accountability, trust breaks down.
President Pipeline, what stands out to you?
Structure builds order.
Transparency builds trust.
Design builds efficiency.
Accountability builds legitimacy.
So governance only works when structure and responsibility align.
Exactly. Market Maverick off microphone. And ideally, when nobody needs a 12-step approval process to fix a pothole. After the break, Market Maverick discusses practical governance systems. Professor Data explores research on civic trust. And the People's Advocate shares everyday habits for civic engagement. Stay with us.
I'm Jeremy Levan. Rural communities understand problems that national politics often ignores. Distance, roads, hospitals, water, agriculture, energy, broadband, schools, and local services are not abstract issues. They are daily realities. America Together 2028 wants those voices included.
The morning sun lights up the water.
Welcome back. Tonight we've discussed structure, participation, design, and accountability in governance systems. Now let's ask an important question. How do governance systems work in real-world practice? Market Maverick, what practical steps improve governance systems?
Streamline public service delivery systems, improve digital government access portals, reduce bureaucratic delays, and make civic processes easier to navigate.
So efficiency matters.
Exactly. Slow systems reduce public trust.
Professor Data, what does research suggest about governance systems?
Research shows that transparent institutions, efficient administrative systems, and participatory governance structures significantly increase civic trust and policy effectiveness.
So data supports trust.
Very much so. Clarity and speed reinforce legitimacy.
People's Advocate, what practical advice would you offer listeners?
Participate in local meetings and civic forums. Stay informed about policy changes. Engage with representatives. Support transparency initiatives.
Quick thoughts.
Structure builds order.
Transparency builds trust.
Design builds efficiency.
Accountability builds legitimacy.
Governance systems should integrate environmental planning to ensure long-term sustainability and resource protection.
After the break, each mascot shares one habit that helps communities strengthen governance systems. Then we'll conclude tonight's discussion and preview our final segment. Stay with us.
Let's watch the years roll by from sunrise.
Welcome back. Tonight we've explored how communities can strengthen governance systems. We've talked about structure, participation, design, accountability, efficiency, and real-world systems that guide public decision-making. Now let's close with one final question. If you could encourage every community to practice one habit that strengthens governance systems, what would it be?
Maintain clear and stable governance structures that people can rely on. Structure builds order.
Ensure transparency so people understand how decisions are made. Transparency builds trust.
Design systems that are efficient, adaptable, and easy to use. Design builds effectiveness.
Ensure accountability so leaders remain responsible to the public. Accountability builds legitimacy.
Ensure governance includes long-term environmental planning for future generations. Sustainability builds continuity.
Make public systems fast, simple, and easy to navigate. Efficiency builds confidence.
Stay engaged in civic life and participate in local decision making. Participation builds awareness.
Continue improving governance systems through research, feedback, and transparency so communities can maintain trust over time.
Governance is not just leadership. It is coordination. It is responsibility. It is the system through which communities organize themselves and solve problems together. When governance works well, trust grows. And when trust grows, communities thrive. You've been listening to America Together Radio, simulated mascot debate Thunderdome. Today's discussion featured fictional mascot characters created to explore civic ideas through respectful conversation. The characters are fictional. Their conversations are intended to encourage responsibility, transparency, and stronger communities. Thank you for listening. Until next time, lead with clarity, lead with accountability, lead together, and we'll see you inside the Thunderdome.
The same as they have through the years, watching seasons come